Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria 2, where this is the starting position here. You'll notice it's 1821, there are no save games. There's a reason for that, and actually, let me hop out of here real quick, because if we, there we go. Excellent. The display capture did come up, so I was looking at the converter here because I was wondering why it imported the Native Americans as civilized and it did not import us as civilized. I don't have a particularly good reason for that, but I was looking at this and these settings here, most of them I kept at default. And in fact, this one I had on its imperialism time because that was strongly recommended. But I had this on Don't Touch Wakanda because we don't want to wipe Sub-Saharan Africa, and because we're playing as Ethiopia, making the world Eurocentric is the problem. We wanted to use EU for institutions, even though this says likely all nations civilized. Yes, I'm aware. That's pretty much the way we actually want this to go. So we're actually calling the previous couple of episodes a warm-up on a bit of a reminder for how to play Victoria for me. So that's kind of what we're going with here. We're going for the EU4 institutions this time. And if this doesn't end up working, you're not even going to see this because I won't upload this section for sure. But that's what I'm thinking right now. Now, I've already obviously converted it. Let me go back into Vic 2 here. And hopefully the recording will get it. Yep, there we go. Now, we're in display capture here. You might see some Steam pop-ups in this corner. I apologize for that. Not much I can do about it right now because of this setup that I have for showing that. So we're just going to play as Ethiopia here. Now, I see that we're 2 here, but we're a great power, and we're ranked number 1 here, 2 militarily. Who's above us militarily? Ming. Okay. So this is how it was intended to be imported. And I was largely okay with working on our westernization. I'm wondering if France imported as our satellite. No, but they're allied with us. Okay, fair enough. And they have pretty decent opinion of us, I believe, too. Okay, that's definitely a big difference. So, we're calling what happened previously a warm-up, and we're starting over fresh with a proper import this time. I assumed on the previous one, because our capital was in Genoa, that it would count us as European. It did not. It still counted us as Ethiopia and African, which is why I think we were uncivilized. As far as these guys being civilized, I got nothing. Hang on. They're now a partially westernized nation. This is really different. There's the Ming Empire and the Chinese Empire? So there is. The Chinese Empire is not exactly traditionally where we would put China, but okay. These guys still exist? That's right, they do! We never conquered that last little area there. Okay. And Bilu 0, of course, is over here. So, overall, we'll consider those last few a warm-up, and we'll go from here. Now, we need to set up our budget. Of course, we're going to crank our taxation. And we're going to also crank our education. We're still deeply interested in having ridiculous numbers of research points. But as you can see, look at this. We're already gaining 5.25. Bonkers. We're going to go into culture here. You can see we actually already have Enlightenment philosophy. We cannot research idealism yet because it's not 1840. So that's fascinating. A lot of these, actually, we can't start researching just yet. Can we research anything? We actually can't. We can just bank up our research power or our research points, so for now. Or potentially check to see if there are any reforms that we could do. Okay, slavery is outlawed. That is something we did in Europa. Yeah, this all seems reasonably fine for now. Okay, well, we're definitely going to put the royal faction in charge. There we go. That is the first thing that we're going to do. And then, I think they're allied with Alania? It's fine, honestly. We want to finish off these conquests over here. So we're going to start justifying over here, and we're going to do conquest. We can do conquest war goals now. So that's great. We're probably going to want to conquest Poland a little bit too. They're considered a great power, and it would be some interesting battling over there. Now, I'm just interested to see just how much money we're losing right now on a daily basis. Yep, we know that there's going to be these non-cultures. We'll keep playing as Ethiopia. Yep, non-cultures are going to continue to be a thing for a little bit. Look at that, we're making money. Okay, we're going to control the clergy. I do want to expand our clergy in our capital, so we will do that. Encourage our clergymen. It's honestly probably a good thing that we had that little bit of a reset point to refresh how to play Victoria a little bit. I'm still very rusty at Victoria, but yeah, this is going quite well. The Syrian question. Yep. Excellent. Brazil has an army over here. That's fine. Dig deep and greedily. Okay. So we want to keep these split up for sure, and we want to move any of these that are taking attrition to some place where they hopefully will not be. This is the African third, which should really be more down here. Okay. But yeah, I was going to be absolutely okay with the westernization, except that France was so much more powerful than us, and that's just something that I couldn't really accept because of the situation that we were in Europa. Like, they were vassalized to us. They were far weaker. Sure, they would have been a bit of a challenge to fight, but we absolutely could have in Europa, and I feel like we should be able to go at least toe-to-toe with them in Victoria. So that's kind of the justification for this reset. And also, I really feel like I just made a mistake with the import previously. Like, it's not anything to do with the importer. I'm just not used to importing things to Vicky. We're going to need to make sure that these are split up. They absolutely are. These guys can come up over probably here. Should be fine-ish. These guys are splitting up, as are these. Okay. Excellent. And of course, because we were basically maxed out on our tech previously, that is why our tech imported like this. Oh, hello, we actually can get some things done now that the time has ticked forward a little bit. So, supply range, I'm not too interested in the Navy right now for obvious reasons, but maybe being able to build railroads, factories, some of these things might be very good. We're going to start working on mechanized mining. Okay, and now we're going to have to start thinking about our infrastructure. That's something that it's been a long time since we've done. Let's hop into our capital region over here quick. And I'm just checking. Yeah, we don't have experimental railroads. We could build some factories in some of these states. Our capitalists are planning to build some of these things. And that's not necessarily the worst thing. We do already have a few factories. Not very many, but a few. Let's go ahead and just invest in what our capitalists are planning on doing. There we go. Excellent. And then we can just build like railroad and defense infrastructure on our own. Yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. Chickasaw knows its place, apparently. Good for them. Okay, the Asian 2nd Division B is still taking attrition here. We should definitely move them over here. We do not want to be taking attrition. African 5th. Oh yeah, they would be taking a small amount there. Okay. Things have gone from bad to worse in Jaffa, where the colonial police, while in pursuit of two locals suspected of murdering a colonial official, have happened to disturb a shrine of some importance to local religiosity. Natives in the area are infuriated over the perceived lack of respect for their religion. Oof. Either way, this kind of sucks. There's going to be a lot of militancy, but that is actually going down per month. So that's probably good. Oh, we actually can have 2 national focuses. That's right. And yeah, we're going to send an expedition. Excellent. Oh, and I wanted to check to see if we could send expeditions over this way yet. No, we cannot. Okay. Because I want to get Africa sent out. Ideally ASAP. Also, the music is a little loud. Let me, that's message settings. Game options. Here we go. Okay, I'm just going to turn that down a little. There, that should be good. Yeah, that's better. Okay, I was hoping that we'd be able to start colonizing this over here pretty soon. Unable to colonize, life rating is 10. Current tech allows colonies where life rating is at least 35. Okay. So we need to be looking for somewhere with better life rating. Now, we couldn't colonize these areas in Europa because we just did not have the tech. Yeah, this is all pretty garbage in the life rating department. Hello? That would cost us 80 colonial power. I did not do anything with colonialism previously. Where do we see our colonial power? Surely not in here. I don't know, but this is a life rating of 35. We need 80 colonial power to send this. Our colonial power is negative 1607. Okay. So that's got some work to do. Gotcha. Well, that is fine. After we get... Actually, I'm going to just go ahead and switch over to experimental railroad right now. These supply limit upgrades would be nice, for sure. But I want to upgrade railroads because we're going to need to be investing a lot. Limited constitutionalism. We're now a semi-constitutional monarchy, apparently. The political reforms enacted in the past few years have led to a situation where the absolutism of our monarchy can now legitimately be called into question. No longer is the king free to dictate the course of the nation to his own musings, but instead has to accept several constitutional hems and restrictions on his exercise of power. For these reasons, our government form is no longer most accurately described as an absolute monarchy. Type of government changes to a semi-constitutional monarchy. Okay. We could accept the military-industrial complex. I don't think we will. Sea power and the merchant marine. Yeah, I'm not too interested in that either. Okay. Sounds good. Okay, Otto von Bismarck is talking about mining, and we're going to mine things. Wonderful. Now, I do want to check in our... Where was that? In the budget? No, in production. Yes. I want to invest into this budget as much as we possibly can. Excellent. Yeah, here's our colonial power. Negative 1607 out of 453. Power tied up in maintenance, 2060. I'm guessing because we have these colonial nations over here. That is my theory. I haven't done the colonialism game in Viki, though. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on. So yeah, we're working on expanding some factories, and we'll invest in this one as well. CB generation speed decreased. Okay, that's fine. We are going to continue investing in these. Just as much as we can. And we're going to work on railroads and building infrastructure for right now while we are working on continuing our conquests. I do want to check in on the Asian 6th Div A. Ternate and Republic of China. No thanks. see, supply limit of 30. Yeah, that's fine. And that supply limit of 30, that's also supply limit of 30. Okay. We're just going to park these guys over by Alania, because we want to take this region. We're also going to send these guys over here and start massing on this border. Wonderful. Our military spending is doing absolutely fine. No concerns about that. Any more projects to fund? Kinda. 12 pounds worth, I guess. Fine. But yeah, we're not... I don't think we're going to manually build any factories this time. I tried that pretty heavily last time, and it's a complicated system. I think I'm just going to let capitalists handle it, and we'll just invest in those, and then we'll work on our infrastructure like railroads. Big game hunting, huh? All pops would lose 3 militancy in Ethiopian Guinea. And that would give us prestige. Okay. We'll leave the lion sleeping in its jungle. That's absolutely fine. So we're allied to France now. Their opinion of us is -14, but we're going up. And actually, they're no longer allied with us. Now, we could form an alliance. They would not accept. Fair enough. They're considered a great power, and they're right here in the great power status. So we're probably going to end up going to war with France sometime, but not immediately. Not immediately. It's going to be a big war, and I'd kind of prefer not to do that just yet. We saw what happened previously. To be fair, the only reason that happened previously was because we simply did not have the funding to make our military function strongly enough to take on France. That was the only reason. So our literacy is currently 23.5%. We're working on that. Our clergy is coming up as well. Pasai wants an alliance. Nope. No thank you. Let's check to see if there's any capitalists trying to build any factories. There are. We'll invest in that. Excellent. So you can see that our factory numbers are increasing. This is kind of a money pit because some of these factories will likely be closed. But I don't want to handle it. Capitalists can handle it. I do want to start building railroads, but we're not going to be there for a little while. It should be completed on 1 December of next year, which is fine. Prestige, farming and mining efficiency. Most of our cash is coming from farming and mining right now, although that would give pop militancy increases. You know what? No, I'm not going to ban liquor. We don't need it. We do not need those production increases. The militancy is not something that I want to put up with. Our militancy is already going up a little bit, and so is our consciousness. Bad boy, plus 0.01. Interesting. Okay. Well, their beliefs must be respected. Gain some prestige. Oh, we'll give the USA cotton? You know what? Sure. We'll give the USA some cotton. That's absolutely fine. The USA, of course, is pretty much just like Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and Connecticut. And it is ours. Excellent. How are we doing on our war justification? That is under diplomacy, war justification. We'll gain Farafa as a core. Ethiopia takes control over Farafa. Since revising this, oh. It got us this. Okay. I mean, we can't send a colonist, but that's okay. I guess that's one way we can expand into these territories. We also got Ethiopia and West Morocco at some point. So I guess that, to some degree, just passively happens. I'm okay with it. Excellent. Yeah, there's some bankrupt factories. We don't care. We're just going to continue investing. We have so much money. It's absolutely fine. Once we have the ability to build railroads, of course, that is going to change rapidly. Our railroads are going to be rather expensive. We could also start working on some forts. Forts in this game, I believe, don't cost maintenance. So, I mean, yeah, we could work on that. Stockpile that tea. Yeah, you can see here as we're buying the materials, our income is dropping dramatically, but we're getting the materials for it. Although we're currently lacking in a source of artillery, it would appear. Yeah, we're definitely lacking in a source for artillery. Anybody planning to build any artillery factories? That's luxury clothes. Well, this is creating demand for artillery, so somebody will satisfy this eventually. That said, maybe we're currently stockpiling all of the artillery. Let's see here. I can't remember this one. Okay. There's very little available for our country here. Yeah, artillery is definitely something that we need. I do want that war justification to finish up. It's only 29% done? Hang on. No, it must have finished. Yes, indeed. Conquest. Proceed. Okay. In we go. These guys will be back up. And then Alania is likely to be in this as well. They broke their alliance instead. Okay. We could add them to our sphere. But instead, I want to demand a concession. We'll start justifying that. And sure, we'll build up infamy, but we kind of don't care. Okay, inward we go. And we'll get these guys conquered really, really simply. Yeah, that costs us infamy. That's expected. Oh no, they have a single brigade. Whatever will we... Oh, they're pretty much already dead. See, this is more like how the import was intended to go. I mean, we're gonna have to fight France at some point. We already knew that. We knew that back in Europa. However, we should not have under any circumstances imported as weaker than France, and it wasn't so much that we were militarily weaker than France. It was that we were economically weaker than France. Now that's just weird. That's just weird. We should not be economically weaker than France. And the only reason we were is because we imported as uncivilized. So. There we go. Well, we'll have this taken over very, very soon. We'll get these guys out of here, and we'll work on Alania. We're also going to start working on Poland. I'm going to justify on them if we can. No, we cannot. Fair enough. Pratiharis is allied with Majapahit and Pratihara Australia, not Kalachuris. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. Oh, we won a war here. Or won a battle, rather. I'm kind of surprised by this, but okay. Whatever. Now, we need to be working on our supply limit, that's for sure. Working our way down here is a pretty high priority. The highest priority is the philosophy tree. But for right now, we're going to go down the railroad tree because that's what we can do. Oh, these guys are offering peace. They are offering to allow us to annex them, and so we shall. Wonderful. Now that is feeling like Europa. Do we need to core it or anything? I don't believe so. Excellent. We could set a focus over here of like party loyalty or production or something, but Republic of China, no thanks. Okay, we got demand concession against Alania, allowing us to demand secession of territory, those territories, to be precise. We should probably think about doing it, but I think we'll move these armies up first. Supply limit over here is going to be a little bit spicy. So maybe we'll place this one back a little bit. Okay. So, I do want to declare on these guys. Demand concession of some of these. I mean, we'll probably add more to demand that, but I think we'll not declare this quite yet. We will wait until these troops get up there. For now, though, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time when we continue with the second, or maybe, hang on, I just tabbed out. I don't actually know which episode this is, and I don't have the folder open. Okay, wonderful. Well, we are just going to come back into Victoria here, and yeah, we'll leave it here. I'll see you all next time. I think this is episode 4? 5? I don't even know anymore. See you all next time.